Gilgeous-Alexander.
Shout out to my boy Josh. We know exactly why SGA switched from Converse to Nike. I'm going to be honest, to get my 2 cents on this, this hurt my heart. Oh, this hurt my heart. All I ask, no, before I even say that, this hurt my heart because, bro, them Shai ones, and I fuck with Ant, but nigga, they damn near better than Ant's shoes. They damn near better than both of them shoes. Ant AE1s and 2s. High, low, medium. Them Shai ones better, gang. And I fuck with Ant. I promise you I do. But I was so ready for the Shai 2s. All I ask is Nike. Whoever was the creative director, the creative team, just inherit them niggas. I don't know what you gotta do, but just bring the niggas that made the Shai ones. Bring them niggas in. Just bring them all in. Okay? Bring them as like they your own family. Because them niggas know what the fuck they doing. Okay? They know how to make a shoe. Keep them niggas on the roster. Actually, they need to be starting, actually. Whoever made the Shai ones need to be the starting creative leaders. The leaders? Whoa. Creative leaders when it comes to Shai shoes, and then you can go to everybody else. That's all I'm saying.
Alexander was officially
All right, let's get into it.
revitalizing a dying brand until he wasn't. SGA is no longer with Converse. Instead, with one Instagram story out of the blue, he's announced he's back where he began his
My
pro
nigga went to
career,
Nike
with
and cut off
industry
the
leader,
braids.
Nike, with the logo he created spinning off into 2 swooshes,
my
almost
goodness.
like it was made
I swear, bro, my nigga went to Nike and cut off the braids. It's a different
to be able to
time,
do
bro.
that.
We're
I'm
in a
not
different
saying
age.
this move is premeditated.
Oh, it's a different
What I am
time.
saying, though, is that Shai is
I'm
back with
scared.
the swoosh like he never left, because technically he left, but he didn't.
conversating.
Nike has owned Converse since
They know how to
2003,
make
so
an
he's
ad,
always
though.
been
You
under
can't
the
lie.
Nike umbrella. And when Shai ventured away from the swoosh
Nike
to sign
good
with
with
their
the quick
subsidiary
one-liners.
Converse in 2020, the brand knew they were signing an upstart young talent, but in no way could have predicted what has come to pass 6 years later. Why Converse lost its star athlete Shai Gilgeous-Alexander to Nike by award-winning business journalist Daniel Ya Miller of
Shout out to
Sportsverse. I'm
Daniel.
linking this article on
Damn,
Substack below.
Daniel.
It's contributed greatly to the info in this video today, so thanks, Daniel. He
Damn,
mentions his
Daniel.
Converse's basketball sneakers were usurped in the latter 1900s by Adidas and
I
then
only think
Nike,
of Magic
which would later acquire
when I
Converse
see
in
Converse.
2003, 2 years
Magic
after
and
it filed
Bird.
for bankruptcy. It transitioned into the retro lifestyle sneaker business as we know it today.
Yeah.
Besides Chuck Taylors, which were popular on the hardwood over 50 years earlier,
I haven't
Converse
seen
needed
a
a
nigga
signature
who can
athlete
Chuck
with
Taylors
vision
in a
to
minute.
lead them. SGA was the perfect fit. The numbers don't lie. The Shai 001 has been
great.
one of the
Put
most
that nigga on the
popular
candle like
debut
he
signature
Jesus.
sneakers in a while, and SGA himself
I
can
need those
take
brown
credit
ones.
for a lot.
Ooh, I need them brown ones. I need them brown SGA ones. I need those. Those are my grail. At this point, they're damn near grail.
On to that. Not only because of his performance on the court, winning 2
I need
MVPs,
those.
an NBA championship, and Finals MVP since debuting the shoe, but because when he signed an extension with
My nigga
Converse in
won 2
2024, he was
MVPs and a
officially named
championship in his own
creative
shoe.
director of Converse basketball and became
different breed.
directly involved in the design of a shoe that captured both on-court performance and off-court appeal. I mean, this brother had
Perfect.
everyone from rappers to refs wearing his
Perfect.
shoes. And hey, I already know what y'all finna say. All the foul baiting, free throw merchant
He
stuff.
you
And I
can even
hate to
earn
disappoint
commission.
you,
Okay,
but
Josh, I
Adidas
see
already
you.
beat you to it. And look, referee Carl Lane wore the charm black colorway of the Shai 001 in a
Hard.
game between the Lakers
You can't be
and
mad at the
Mavericks,
refs because
okay?
they fired,
Thunder
bro.
weren't involved.
That's how
The
you
shoe
know
is
you
all
got a
black.
good shoe.
Refs are allowed to wear whatever shoe they want, as long as it's all black. Anyway, let's avoid stretching
Plain.
out what could be a major tangent and get back to business here. Despite multiple failed attempts to resurrect their basketball brand that experienced its heyday in the mid-1900s, all
Is
fell
this
flat
Jasper?
until Shai got on board. You see, what's ironic is that because of the positive
Jasper?
momentum Converse
From,
basketball has
Odd
experienced in the past year and a half since SGA debuted his first signature shoe in the Shai 001, I had a video on the holster
those
on how the
butters.
man
The
was
butters.
managing to bring this company back to relevance in the basketball
He did,
space. And just as recently as All-Star Weekend 2026,
Brought
Shai
them niggas
said
back,
this
bro.
in a pop-up
Brought them
lounge
fuck
event
niggas
put
back.
on by Converse in LA.
Just by
We
one
have a lot on
shoe.
the way. Super excited for that. Like, You guys haven't seen anything yet, I promise you.
And
We saw Shai rocking zipperless versions of his hit debut signature sneaker, the Shai
seen those before.
001, while at the grocery store.
Them
Each
shits
colorway
a
had
little
meaning, some kind of
sexy.
story
Them niggas
behind it,
like
like
a
the debut
80s
butter
vibe.
pair tied to SGA's smooth persona.
When I see
family,
those shoes, I ain't gonna lie. When I see these shoes, can you go back? Hold
the
on, hold on.
Shai
When I see these shoes, I think of that song, that 80s song that was going viral just a couple weeks ago. The swiping shit, singing shit. When it die rain, my pockets getting thicker. The water's getting thicker. The money's getting longer now than I get through the night. Seeing through the night, I see your face through the glass. Why you call when you're short on cash? Bankroll on the table. That's what I think when I see these shoes.
001 while at the grocery store. Each colorway had meaning, some kind of story behind it, like the debut butter pair tied to SGA's smooth persona, and the family pack is a nod to his family members.
Family shit
There was so
was-
much
the family
potential for what
pack-
Converse and SGA were about to do next.
Probably
And that's what
the
makes
best
his move
collection
Nike
I have
so
seen from a nigga
surprising
with
still.
shoes when it comes
Weeks
to colorway.
after it's become official. And while I can't say for certain who made this decision, one thing I'm confident about is that this was not from the leadership at Converse. Why is Nike suddenly pilfering Shai from Converse, leaving
my
the
nigga
brand with
straight.
no stars in their basketball division? Well, the answer has been brewing for a while, and we're diving into it today.
Nike
This is
said, nah,
Topic
I
Tackle.
need that.
Let's go.
We need him over here.
Converse, meanwhile, has been experiencing plummeting sales for some time now, reporting double-digit
Shout out to
revenue
Converse,
declines
man. I
quarter
actually
after
like our
quarter
Converse.
after quarter, putting further
My
unwanted
dad
pressure
stayed
on
with some
Nike's
Chuck
bottom
Taylors with
line.
some
In the
fat
most recent
laces.
reported quarter, Converse generated sales of
I'm talking about
264
ultra
million, down
fat
35% on a reported
dad rock with
basis
that.
from 405 million at the same time
y'all got a
last year.
special place
It
in my heart.
constituted the brand's worst quarter in 15 years. Nike will report full-year earnings, within which it will also report earnings for the Converse business not too long after this video releases, and it's not expected to look pretty for either brand. With that as the backdrop, here's where the SGA decision comes into play. I think Miller hits it on the money when he writes, Converse needs life support. Flashy athlete endorsements like the erstwhile SGA partnership are all well and good when a brand can afford them, because more often than not, these lines prove to be loss-making yet valuable marketing tools.
Yeah.
This is a luxury that Nike couldn't really justify right now for Converse. Similar to how Under Armour offloaded
True.
Curry brand to focus on the
guess.
core business.
But I don't know though. It looks better when you're only one person with Converse and he's building it up than him going into that roster with KD, LeBron, Kyrie shoes. Then you got Kobe shoes. Then you got the whole subsection of other shoes. Like, I don't know. I felt like Converse. Maybe you could have. I don't know. I don't know the business, so I can't really tell you what to do. But I would have just said it looks better him on Converse, and he's getting all the looks. Cause when you think of Converse, you think of Shai. Now, when you look at Nike, I'm thinking of Braun, but this person thinking of Sabrina. When you look at Nike, this other person looking at it for Caitlin Clark. Like, it's so many players. It's just like, damn, I don't know. Like,
we see this cycle repeat itself
got
time and time
Giannis.
again in the sportswear market. When a
Yes, I
company
don't
is in
know.
trouble, the first things to go are all the nice to haves that the brand invested in building during more optimistic days gone by. Now, this doesn't mean that SGA failed with Converse. The Shai
you
001
can't
proved
say
its
that.
worth in sales and culturally,
just-
but Nike clearly doesn't see a signature basketball athlete as a critical part of Converse's turnaround plan. There have been rumors that Nike is also getting
couldn't
ready to
just
offload
keep 'em, though?
Converse, hence why they made the move to bring Shai over to the Swoosh's signature roster, but CEO Elliott Hill has been on record
I
as
guess.
recent as Nike's Q3 earnings call saying
definitely
Converse will
Jasper,
remain
too.
an important part of the Nike Incorporated family, and we're excited about its long-term prospects. So naturally the question arises, if Converse's long-term prospects doesn't include Shai, what does that mean for their basketball division? Well, while
Yeah.
Converse's basketball roster can't be described as deep,
I swear, if y'all don't inherit the niggas that made the SGA ones, Nike, you got to. At this point, you have to inherit whoever made the SGA ones. You have to take them on. Take that whole team. Don't even break them up. Keep them on the same team.
Shai's cousin, Gilgeous-Alexander Walker,
Shout out
Kelly
my boy
Oubre, and
Nikhil.
Peyton Pritchard are all notable basketball players.
Peyton Pritchard
At this
with
point,
Converse?
we have no idea
I
what
did not know
happens to
that.
them, but as of now, I'd assume
Shout
they'd
out to
go
them.
the De'Aaron Fox route when Curry Brand and Under Armour split and
My
end
nigga
up joining
Nikhil.
the larger umbrella company, in this
My
case,
boy Nikhil
Nike.
didn't even get
But
his
back to Shai,
Converse
though,
shoe
because
yet, man.
while we know he's now going to be one of the premier faces of Nike basketball's future, what happens
wait,
to
them
him
niggas
in
gone?
the coming months? Again, this man was creative director of Converse basketball and has excellent sales numbers to back up his design input. Does he retain this title
He
with
better.
Nike, or at least creative control
He
over
better.
his signature line? As Bima Williams
He
put
knows
on
what he doing.
Instagram, the danger is Nike over Nikeing Shai, because the whole
Yes.
reason this worked is that it did not feel like everything else. Thank you. Literally can't say
Perfect.
it better than this. Also,
Perfect
I'd be
saying.
shocked if Shai was just suddenly made aware of Nike's intent to sign him away from Converse. I mean, he had to know something was going on with Converse for at least
Honestly, Josh, they probably was like, yo, they might have had like an inkling of conversation, but they probably ain't really talk about it until it was damn near like, hey, bro, we can't keep doing this. We gonna send you to Nike. You gonna do great things over there at Nike type thing. I think that's probably how it was. Because you can't really do nothing, bro. Because Shai ones sold. Niggas bought Shai ones. It's not like it didn't sell. It's one of the best shoes in this whole cycle, the market of basketball shoes. So
a
it was
few
like, bro,
months
it
leading
was
up to this
either gonna
point.
happen
Which leads to
now or
another
it's
big
gonna happen
question.
later.
Does the
Type
Shai
shit.
002 release as Nike or Converse sneaker? Sure, you could say, obviously, a
You
Nike
know exactly.
sneaker,
That
but look,
motherfucker going to Nike.
Shai has been rocking the 001 for a year and a half now.
Yes.
That leaves a good amount of time for the 002 to be in the works and possibly finished already. In my opinion,
They
it's
probably
not a good
already
move for
got
the
it, too.
002 to release as a Converse shoe, as sales would likely be low, like they
Mm-hmm.
were with the Kyrie 8 when Irving was already canceled by Nike, or the Curry 13 when UA and Curry Brand had already parted ways. But you know what, man?
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't even be surprised if Shai went back to some Kobe PEs for a while. Like,
Now that's the only thing. Now Shai can go back to his Kobe's and playing in Kobe's, but like, bro, I feel like once you have your own signature shoe game, you can't really go back to rocking everybody else's shoe. My feet don't feel the same no more, bro. My jumper don't jump. I don't jump as high without my shoes, bro. That's how I would be. Nigga, I ain't gonna lie. If I had my signature shoe, bro, I don't feel right, bro. My feet feel heavy. Like, when I was in my own shoes, my feet was lighter. I was bouncier. You feel me? I'm a big Kobe fan, but I could never put no Kobe's back on my feet. If I had my own shoe,
he used to rock in his early days in the league. Actually, I'd be surprised by that.
Oh, never. That's impossible. Yeah, nah.
So with all this considered, is SGA officially the new face of Nike basketball, and will his signature shoe be a top seller
That's
among all
the
signature
problem, bro. That is the problem. That question right there is my problem, Josh. Is he the face of Nike basketball? How the fuck are you supposed to be the face of Nike basketball when you got to go through Giannis? You got to go through Bron. You got to go through Caitlin Clark. You got to go through Sabrina. You got to go through then you got to go against KD. Then you have to go against the past of Kyrie's. Then you got to go against Kobe. Then, if you could get through all of them, guess what? You have to go against Michael fucking Jordan. And they got the best Michael Jordan. They ain't got the team Jordan. No. They got 1 through 12 Jordan. They got the retros. You can't be the face of Nike, bro. It's hard to be that. It's not a face of Nike. Nike is the face of Nike. You're just a part of it.
athletes in the market now that he's with the swoosh. I'll continue to follow this story and we'll keep
sorry,
y'all
I get
updated
him
right
up,
here
bro.
on
I
Topic
really
Tackle.
love
And in the
this shit,
meantime,
bro.
feel
It's
free to
just-
stick around and check out what's been
My
going
bad.
on with another Nike signature athlete, Giannis's shoes, and if Nike has any plans to refresh his signature line with his move to the Miami Heat. And I'll be
Boy,
back
they
with
gonna
another
give him some
episode of
Miami
Topic
Vice
Tackle
and
coming
tell
soon
him
as always.
ball
Stay
out,
solid,
boy.
people.
Ball out, my boy. Give that nigga Giannis some Miami colors. Maybe even give him some fake bronze and say, yeah, my boy, go hoop.